I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, we've got a pair of offenses that understand how to get it done on the ground, as both rank in the top 10 in rush TDs. It's the Vikings going up against the Jaguars. With that, let's head up the road to Jacksonville, Florida. Standing by are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Well, Larry, with a sight of fans splashing in pools behind the end zone, we can only be in one place. That's Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. They get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Central Florida. It's Blake Bortles.
I can't help but chuckle because I always remember when Blake Bortles got drafted as the 3rd pick in the draft, the year he came out of UCF. So many people were in shock. They couldn't believe that the Jacksonville Jaguars had not tipped their hand ahead of time. I think they were very happy to get him once they did.
Now the former Jet running back. This is Chris Ivory. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. Chad Greenway in on the stop. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 1st down, this is Ivory. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Anthony Barr almost defies description at times. He's built like a defensive end, but he plays outside linebacker and does it quite well.
Now it's 2nd and 7.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Number 58. Left.
They stay on the ground. Ivory again. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And a nice run for the former undrafted free agent back in 2010, Chris Ivory.
And I think that's why we see the greatness in him. It was there. Just because he wasn't drafted didn't mean he wasn't a good player. But I think he uses that as fuel. Each and every run, an aggressive, strong run, catches out of the backfield. He's turned himself into a complete player.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
The coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Watch left. Stop right there.
In motion, Julius Thomas. The play clock's running down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. In motion, Julius Thomas. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They give it to Ivory. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, there was no blitz. That was just a draw play that, to be frank, didn't fool anybody.
Did we hear the entire stadium screaming draw? Because it felt like everybody was all over that play, and the defense won that battle.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Now the second-year man from Alabama, T.J. Yeldon. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
I know coaches always tell us that they make decisions about these types of plays, this type of a fake, earlier in the week to take the emotion out of the deal. I don't know that that was really true here. This one felt like all of a sudden, hey, I have a feeling about let's go ahead and get it, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, I know one thing. They wish they had it back.
Yeah, they certainly do, but the buck stops with the head coach on that one. He has to greenlight that attempt.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. First carry of the game here for Matt Asiata. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Now Bradford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
In motion left goes a tight end. On second down, Ivory. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now Bortles. And he finds Julius Thomas. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down.
Black 58 round. Black 58 round. Here we go. Green. No. So. Check down. Ready. So. Ace. Ready.
This is Ivory. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. 3 yards to go on second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The play fake to Ivory. Now Bortles. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. Bortles to throw on second down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they bring in an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
And now out comes Minnesota. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. And his His throw is going to be incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's third down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On third down, Bradford. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll throw again. Bradford. And finding Pruitt. There he goes right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Michael Pruitt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was, because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
Blair Walsh on to attempt the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Middle of the field, it's Robinson. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Now Bradford on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Offense just a yard away from the line they need to gain. Third down.
Here we go now. 4 down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Bradford. Dumps it off for Asiata. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Ready, blue 45.
Bradford again. Going to throw right side here, complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Bradford now to throw on first down. Finding time. Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here we go now. Green 39.
First down, Bradford. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. A first-time Pro Bowler from a season ago, Anthony Barr. Coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. And quickly, they get to the line. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So 3rd down, just 1 yard to go.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. 4 down.
Bortles to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got it to Hearns. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're receiving...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you downstate to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Jaguars have an edge in time of possession right now. The Vikings look like they'll be in this game for 4 quarters. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now it's early in the second quarter. Under duress, and the pass is picked off. Rhodes, the one who makes the pick to give a boost to his defense. Now following the pick, here the pass would be completed into coverage, and this play will go for 6. That takes the lead up to 7. First and 10, middle of the field, the pass will be caught, and the pass and catch will end up going for 26 yards. Vikings would later throw a pick on the drive. So that's it for us at the EA Sports Studio. We'll go back now to Everbank Field for the start of the second half.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. Trying to lay one up deep. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful.
But depending on the team, they call that an explosive play or a chunk play, the one that they got on the previous one. They tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that second attempt. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On 1st and 10, Bradford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 20! 30 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a Minnesota first down.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody has that ability, they want them on their team.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
On the return, this is Denard Robinson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. On the direct snap, Ivory. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Yeldon. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They've had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
So it'll be first down here after the run. play clock winding down. Another run. This time it's Ivory. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll go for it. It's Bortles. And he finds Julius Thomas. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play, because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come up in an offset eye. Bortles to throw once more. That's caught at the 2. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Allen Hurns, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And this one through the uprights and good. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First down, Bradford. Going right side here, and that's complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
Now a play fake here on first down. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. The big fella. Touchdown, Vikings. Kyle Rudolph, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And he puts it through. So we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Bortles now on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Bradford on the catch. It's Jarius Wright. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still first down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Now Bradford. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jarius Wright, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. They start on the ground with Ivory. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Bortles to throw on second down. They set up the screen to Ivory. A very solid gain of 27.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And after that rough game last week, you see the improvement here in this one, no doubt. I thought they might defensively take the blueprint and try to hold him down, but whatever they've tried to do, it hasn't worked as well.
And I think the reason it hasn't worked as well is that they found the gap.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Here's the Jags defense now as they head back out there. And with this deficit, let's be honest, it's time for them to get a stop.
And partners, you understand very well from our time together and visiting with coaches, defensive coordinators tend to be a little more emotional, a little more high-strung than others. I have a feeling that speech came out about taking a stand and bowing up in this possession.
Yeah, that's where this word pride comes out, right?
In a big way.
Tackle made by Jared Odrick. And on 2nd and 10 now. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Yeah, that's a pretty good one for the old average. 68 yards on the punt there. And the Jaguars will take over at their 20-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Bortles will try again on 2nd down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st down, Bortles. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The first-time Pro Bowler a year ago, Everson Griffin, in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw is Bortles. He'll rifle it, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Asiata on the ground. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. A play fake. Bradford. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. Time for a break. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. They'll run with Asiata. And some space here. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Matt Asiata, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line,
and now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. On third down, Bradford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out come the Jags. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here.
Here we go now. Green, 90. Green.
Bortles now on first down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Touchdown, Jaguars. Allen Robinson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jaguars get a score closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So they elect to pass there on the two-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And the final play here will be Bradford going down to a knee. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Minnesota, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they suffer their fourth loss so far. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.